assuming you guys just bought an Audi or just want to mod your car just in general, I'm going to show you guys the top 5 mods I did to my vehicle. So what I have over here is a 2010 Audi A4 V8. These are the top 5 mods I highly recommend that will transform the entire look of your vehicle. So if you don't want it to blend in just with any other car on the road and want to give it a little bit some character, you guys came to the right place. These are a couple mods that you guys could do under $500, and let's start off with the very first one. The very first mod that I highly recommend is getting lowering springs. Lowering springs will not only transform the entire look of the vehicle, it will also give you better handling, take the bends a little bit more quickly, and it also looks super clean, especially since you're closer to the ground. Came around $500 and something. I can't remember from the top of my head. Only because I was able to do the lowering springs on my own, so I was able to save some money. If you guys are inexperienced, I highly do not recommend doing lowering springs, only because if you get stuck in a situation, you will be out of the car for quite some time. So that's my recommendation. So another mod that I highly recommend as well is getting your Resonator deleted. So it gives you a little bit more sound, and you do get the DSG snap. So in between gear changes, you get those DSG farts, depending on how much load you're giving it. I paid was about $200. I got it done at the exhaust shop. I removed the rear box, so there's 2 boxes. There's one under the driver's seat and one under the rear passenger seat. So the one I removed was under the rear passenger seat, right before the mufflers. So that's my recommendation, and sounds pretty good, especially when you're going in the tunnel. It gives it a little bit more character. There's no drone, only if you give it a little bit more gas or just drive it in manual mode. Next mod is the front lip. The front lip on my car, I paid around $200 for it. I got it from a supplier. The only thing with lips and being lowered is you will crack it here and there. I've cracked mine twice so far, so I do have a replacement lip that is coming soon. There is a slight crack in the middle there. It's superficial. It's nothing that really bothers me. The front bumper of the Audi A4 V8 and even the S4 V8, they sit pretty high compared to some other cars, so this brings it down at least 2 inches, so it looks like a spaceship in the nighttime. Is getting a rear spoiler. I know a lot of Audi drivers go for the duckbill spoiler. That looks really clean. However, I went with a different route. There was a local store next to my house, so I was able to get that spoiler for about $200, and it looks super clean, looks super nice. It only looks a little bit OEM, like it's not really there, so it has that aggressive but not so aggressive look. It complements the car just so perfectly, and I really am happy with the spoiler. I might have to upgrade to the duckbill in the future, but for now I'm happy with this one. And the last and final mod is getting a cold air intake. So it changes the sound of your vehicle. You can actually hear the turbo a whole lot better. And it gives you a slight bit more performance. Once you start idling at a traffic light, it starts sucking in all the hot air from the engine bay, and especially since the air intake is next to the turbo itself. But as you get going, temperatures do reduce, and you might get a little bit more torque. It just feels a little slightly more torqueier, and also it sounds pretty cool. Those are the top 5 mods I highly recommend. It doesn't have to be for an Audi A4 V8, just any other makes and models. Also keeping the car super clean as well in terms of like washing it and detailing it, because it doesn't matter what car you get, it's about how you take care of it, because there are newer cars out on the roads today with very poor conditions in terms of like the paint wise, right? So just make sure you guys do take care of that. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Comment down below if you guys want to see something that that you guys recommend. I'll try my best to put something together. and I'll see you guys on the next one.